Hi Aries, how are you guys? We're going to do a read for you guys real quick. I know it's not your turn, but you know, when I'm pulled to do something, I'm pulled to do something. And one word for this reading: wow. Wow. I've been trying to work on this reading for 2 days, and some of it came out really negative, so I kept trying. It's like, yes, there's something negative, but I know there's a message I'm missing. So I just kept working on it until I got through that, and I am so glad I didn't give up. And hopefully this reading will go really well, and I will post this because I feel like it's like super valuable, maybe one of the most valuable readings ever. So let's look at this. So this financial and material changes. So this is, I was looking at this as a very positive card, and then, come to find out or realize that it's like the Five of Pentacles. So it's actually a financial, it's not a positive card. It's a financial, loss or feeling abandoned or something like that. But look what happens next. Then we have the material harvest. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which is now I don't know about other tarot readers, but for me, this has always been, this and the Nine of Cups has always been my self-love, independence, making it on your own, being your own cake. Some of you might not know my cake analogy, but this is all about financially able to do it on your own. So with the Pentacles, we're not just talking about money, we're talking about material, yes, but it also includes, well-being and mental state and all that. And then look what came after that: emotional loss. So crazy, powerful, negative reading, but the only reason this negative reading would come out so clear, so strongly, so many times, and I reshuffle, turn the camera off, is because there's a powerful message that needs to be heard. So let's face it, and not and it's a message of growth, okay? And it's a message that is it could be life-changing. So let's face it and tackle it, and not, push it aside like I always am tempted to do. So we have, so this, financial and material changes. Very powerful. Then it's very opposite, and what's affecting it is your emotion. So I feel like we've had this for a while. You guys are right on the verge of, or maybe even already seeing the financial abundance and big things coming. We're going to dive into that, but we're also going to dive into this. Normally, I like to focus on law of attraction, which is you focus on the positives, not the negatives, right? You put all your attention on the positives. But the reason this reading, I think, wouldn't let me alone or leave me alone was because the emotional loss or sadness that you're feeling is affecting this harvest, this abundance. Okay, so we're going to tackle that, and I got really good information coming. I'm so thankful that I didn't give up. All right, so, and another thing is, this could have been one of those readings that I just struggled to and was, like just rambling, and so many messages coming through that it was hard to articulate, So hopefully by stopping the camera and really spending time with it without the camera rolling, hopefully that will help alleviate some of that. So we've got this emotional loss, and it was very much affecting your financial and material harvest, right? So I asked for more on the emotional loss, and I got suffering in silence and deception. See this false mask and envy. Now, yes, this could be the person you're thinking of, and I think it is. I do believe there was a false mask there, but I also think because you're suffering in silence, this mask is indicating it's you wearing a false mask. And then underneath those, I got accelerated motion. So here's what my big question was. Advice. What do we do? How do we fix it? All right, so I even wrote some stuff down. First of all, let's talk about career and finance. Now is a really good time. Don't stop what you're doing. I think what you're doing is working. It looks like everything is coming to fruition. Your hard work is paying off. Don't forget that, if you put enough hours into something, eventually you become an expert, no matter who you are and what you know, okay? Even if it's not really your calling. So think about like 5 hours into, investment into something would make you, a novice, right? Where you know a little bit. Then you think of 10 hours, you know a little more. Well, at 100 hours, you're probably good, maybe even great at it. But at 1,000 hours, you become an expert. So whatever you choose to do, whatever you're doing, don't give up. If it's something that you are really wanting to do, eventually you do get good at it. Don't give up or get discouraged because you don't understand everything or you're not good at parts of it or that kind of thing. Okay, that came through really strong. So start with the end in mind. Visualize yourself succeeding. Visualize and try and close your eyes and really feel for what it's going to feel like when you succeed, especially when you get discouraged or start questioning yourself. Go back and flip the switch on that and redirect yourself to imagining what it would feel like when you do make that success, okay? I do think that now we are going to get into love and how love affects this, because I do think your sadness over loss is affecting your abundance. But now is a really good time to diversify. So I'm not saying let go of what you're doing. I think you guys have been working towards something. I'm in no way saying to let go of that or to stop doing that. But now's a really good time to develop multiple streams of income, because we don't know what's going to happen with isolation, and our world is changing really fast. So we always want to make our tomorrow better than our yesterday, right? We don't want to let the changes of the world or our experiences or being cheated or deceived, we don't want that to change the positive direction of our life. We can use that and learn from it, and we can be sad, but we always are still creating a positive future. And now at some point that becomes a choice. You have to choose. Yeah, this was sad. Yeah, this hurt. Yeah, this affected me. But in no way are you supposed to let it change your tomorrow or keep you stuck or anything like that, okay? So as far as diversifying, another thing, and this all ties together, but a way to redirect your mind and stay on task and stay focused is to follow something that you're passionate about. If you have a purpose or a calling that you feel passionate about and you focus on that, you're less likely to be affected by negative things, negative people, negative experiences, because one, you know your value, two, you're busy, you're occupied. So now is a really good time for you to think about what you feel passionate about, what you love, and then look into it. Start, even if you can't, I'm going to say go ahead and start that YouTube channel, start that project, start that support group, start that hobby, whatever it is. Even though you don't have all the information, remember that what I just said about 5 hours, 10 hours, 100 hours, okay? Nobody goes from novice to expert in 1 hour, right? So find something, think about, if you don't know what you want to do, think about what you're passionate about. It could be anything. It could be plants. It could be toys. It could be law of attraction. It could be hobbies or calligraphy, bullet journaling. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is that makes you feel good or that you feel passionate about or that you would like to do, put it, YouTube it. Put that word, put plants into YouTube search and start learning, start seeing what other people did to start a channel, or let that first step will spark step 2, step 3. It will give you ideas. It will get the ball rolling, okay? It'll start hour 1 or hour 5 if you're already on hour 5. Does that make sense? All right, so let's see, what else did I want to tell you guys? Always visualize the outcome. Don't visualize the hard stuff, visualize the outcome, okay? Diversify, find something you're passionate about. Very strong need for us to focus on, where was it? Self-love and being okay on our own. not depending on someone else for our happiness. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this. So when you start feeling like this person doesn't value me, this person doesn't treat me, like I deserve, this person isn't showing up, I want you to ask yourself, how are you showing up for yourself? Are you staying available for energies that don't show up for you? Because what does that do? That depletes your feeling of value and perpetuates a cycle. So at this point I asked, what do we do? Because this card came out, accelerated motion, and I wanted to get to the bottom of, let's stop talking about this, what's happening and what keeps happening, and let's get to the bottom of what to do, what to say to that person if you feel like you're stuck in that, they just don't see my value. The suffering in silence was powerful. So what do we do about that? All right, well, there's several ways to deal with it, but not saying anything sometimes will keep the cycle going. And trying to just focus on self-love and always coming from a place of love, that's all good. But maybe if you're just suffering in silence, that needs to be addressed, because it's not true. It's not real. It's like you're putting on you've got a mask on that you're okay when you're not. And if that's keeping you stuck, let's address that. So let's think about what to say, and remember that your goal is self-love. It's not to manipulate or try and get a response. It's what you say in this situation needs to be geared towards more for you, not for them. It's not about them. It's not about getting them to see your value. It's more for you to see your value and feel your value. So some options that you can do. Let me look at my notes. If you feel like it's time to go ahead and say it instead of suffering in silence, take this mask off. I think there's a need to take this mask off. You can say, you can show high standards in different ways. You can one, just show it by not being available. Don't be available to someone that is like that to you. Then maybe they'll say what's wrong. No, sorry guys. I think it's the mailman. But, you can show, there are different ways to show your value and demonstrate that you have standards. One is to just not be available. Stop being available to someone that doesn't see your value or show up for you. It's kind of a mirror of yourself. It's like, if you are showing up are you showing up for yourself? How would you want this person to treat you? Are you going to the gym? Are you eating right? Are you treating yourself like you're high value? Are you getting dressed every day? Are you getting up? Some of you, I think something big that might be bogging some people down is just clutter and mess. If you need to take an entire day to clean and declutter, do it, because it will more than make up for its time and how clear-minded and productive you feel. But let's go back to this. So taking this mask off and not suffering in silence. At some point you just can say flat out, remember, more for yourself than them. That didn't feel good. What happened last didn't feel good. You saying that you were going to call, not getting a call from you or not hearing from you didn't feel good to me. So I'm going to focus on things that feel right. How about if I reach out how about I'm going to take some space? What if I just, try to reach out to you at another time? I think I'll just reach out to you when I'm ready. How does that sound? That kind of thing. There's nothing wrong with expressing that, you're not going to spend time on somebody that's not showing up. And you can say, I really like you. I like this, and this. But I also like to, put my energy into people that show that it's important to them too. So if and when that's you, or you're ready to do that too, then let me know. Until then, I'm going to focus on things that do that now. Something like that, you know. Show up for yourself. When you show up for yourself, other people follow suit. You don't have to be mad. You don't have to be hurt. It doesn't have to be poor me. It is so empowering to say, this is what I'm attracted to. This is what I like to put my energy into. This is what I invest in. People who are investing back, somebody that shows me that's important to them. And that's fine. Just, you know, when that's something you're ready to do, let me know. I wish you well until then. So empowering. And I'm telling you guys what happens. We're going to get to your love reading here. What happens when you do that, it's going to clear your energy. That mask is going to, that I'm okay. I'm not hurt. You know, that mask comes off and everything moves forward in love and especially in career finance. All right. So big message there. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything because I took a bunch of notes. Remember that you're doing it for you. What you're saying and doing is for you, not for them, not to get a response. You don't need a response. You are your own response. The answer is in you, not in them. And if you're trying to get somebody else to make you feel valuable, then you got to look in the mirror and say, what can I do to make myself feel valuable? How can I show up for me? Because if your only value is coming from someone else, then that's just a perpetual not feeling good about yourself cycle, okay? So remember, that didn't feel good to me. I'm going to take some space and focus on what's positive, things that, you know, show me that they're important, people, that kind of thing. Things that feel good. So, you know, let me know if things change in your situation or when you're ready for that too. Or let me reach out, you know, when I think I'm going to take some space, I'll reach out at some point, if that's okay. Something like that, okay? Let's see, what else? Notes. That didn't feel right. That didn't feel good. Not hearing from you didn't feel good. Not getting together like I thought we were. Whatever it is, that didn't feel good. And sometimes you just say it to yourself. You may not even have the opportunity to say it to the other person. And that's fine too. It's all about you, okay, and your value. Let's see. So you're setting standards of what works and doesn't work. You treat yourself the way you want to be treated. You put yourself on that pedestal. You eat healthy because it feels good. You take care of your body. You exercise. You meditate. You go to sleep on time. You make your bed in the morning. Those sort of things. Okay, the multiple streams of income. We went into that. Is that everything? Let's see. So another thing I didn't say is, you know, you don't be available for someone that's not showing up for you, right? And that's okay because you're showing up for yourself. So you can say, the other thing I forgot to say is, you know, I am attracted to people who follow through. So I'm going to focus on those things like that follow through and things that, you know, mature and grow. And when you're in that place too, you let me know. Until then, I wish you well. I really do. That kind of attitude, okay? I think that's it. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's look at... This said the exact same thing. I started to do a love spread. Look at that. So on your side, we have 9 of Wands. That's wounded. That's wounded. You know? It's not beat down totally, but it's close. And then we have communication or forward motion, action, taking action. And look at the center card. It's facing towards those things. So again, I felt like this was saying, it's okay to communicate, I'm hurt, that hurt me, that didn't feel good. I'm going to focus on what feels good. I'm going to focus on things and people that follow through. When you're there, let me know. Or maybe I'll circle back at another time and just check in. How does that sound? That sort of thing. But check it out. This is a decision, a life-altering decision. Look where he's facing. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's facing here communication about what? About about being wounded, about being hurt. It doesn't have to be a big song and dance, but it's clearing the air for yourself, again, more than them. And then on their side, we have union and collaboration, cooperation. You start showing up for yourself, this person is naturally going to show up for you too. I did pick up a vibe of someone who doesn't really like to see you holding your value, and maybe tries to tear you down, or gets mad and feels like you don't care, or tries a guilt trip like you don't care if you're fine without me. In that case, just know that that's their own suffering and their own insecurities and wanting to keep you at a low place with them. Okay, because misery loves company. But eventually, you don't fall back on that. They're gonna have to make a life decision too. That they're gonna have to show up for themselves, and they're gonna have to show up for you. All right. All right. So let's look at. So okay, again, reiterating, finance looks amazing. It's a good time for you guys to find a second stream of income, multiple streams of income. It can start out as a hobby. If there's something you're passionate about, you know, try to monetize it. Find a way to start a YouTube channel or a blog, something that you can monetize, something that you're truly passionate about, okay? Because then you'll be doing something you love. It becomes where it's not work. And then, you know, it's like a hobby. You can keep doing your normal job. Ooh, see the big picture. Let's read that. Let's see, giraffe spirit. I love giraffes. I just saw a video, I think on Instagram, where a giraffe, there was a girl holding her hand out of the car with, you know, food in it, and a giraffe just came right down the aisle in between the cars and just came. Oh, it was so cute. Just came and ate out of her hand. Okay, that's brown bear spirit. That's wrong. Okay, 89. You guys leave me comments. I love the comments. Also, there are some, I don't have very many extendeds. The one I have are amazing. You can check those out. I'll link some down below. Let's see. So giraffes stretch upward to reach the treetops and look down from a high vantage point. I love that. When giraffe spirit appears, it's a sign to observe from a higher view. In all aspects of your life, it's time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view. Open your eyes to what others need or are experiencing and see the big picture you fit into. No matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, or experience, you don't want to overlook details and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your circumstances. So stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level and know that not everything is obvious as you might like it to be. Spirit will bestow upon you a new perspective that might make all the difference. All right, you guys. I hope this was helpful. I know it was a little bit different. And for those of you that want more on love, you're going to be rewarded. If you're in a cycle and it's repeating, it's because you aren't putting yourself first. You're hoping for someone else to show up for you when you need to show up for yourself. At that point, this is what this person is leading. See how their direction of that? It's just kind of amazing, actually. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments. I love you guys so much. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you very soon. Love you guys. Bye, Aries.